Investigators have confirmed that former Korean Air Vice President Cho Hyun-ah had been drinking before her confrontation with a flight attendant over a service of nuts. Korean farmers are working hard to evolve the agricultural sector into a sixth major industry in collaboration with manufacturing, distribution, and tourism sectors. And a work of art recreating Buddhist paintings of the Goryeo period has been put on display at the Salon exhibition of the National Society of Fine Arts in France this year.
Hello and welcome to News Today on KBS World. It's Monday, December 15th. I'm Luke Clary. The controversy surrounding former Korean Air Vice President Cho Hyun-ah's conduct regarding a flight attendant's service of nuts has taken a new turn as investigators have confirmed that she had been drinking before boarding the plane.
Korean Air pilots have claimed through an anonymous online bulletin board that former Korean Air executive Cho Hyun-ah had been drunk during her so-called nut rage. A Korean Air official also reportedly said that she usually enjoys drinking and could hold her drink well. The chief of cabin crew who was kicked off the plane said that she was very agitated at the time.
극도로 흥분한 상태였고요. 그게 화가 나서 흥분한 상태인지 그 외에 다른 요소가 있었는지는 저는 현재 알 수는 없고요.
According to Cho's testimony at the Ministry of Land, Infrastructure and Transport questioning on December 12th, she claimed sharing a bottle of wine with acquaintances before boarding the plane, but didn't drink much and denied cussing at or assaulting crew members.
저는 지금 처음 듣는 얘기라서 뭐라고 말씀드릴 수 없습니다.
Meanwhile, Cho said she visited the homes of the abused crew chief and flight attendant on Sunday morning, but failed to meet them and left handwritten notes of apologies instead. The prosecution, conducting a separate probe from the Transport Ministry, is focusing on whether Korean Air had attempted to systematically destroy evidence so as to cover up the inappropriate behaviors of the owner's daughter.
Anxiety among Korean
저쪽에서 성의 표시에 대한 담례로 하는 것으로
An agricultural sector must go beyond improving the quality of its produce to survive in the fierce competition. It's been said that agriculture is evolving into a sixth major industry by collaborating with manufacturing, distribution, and tourism sectors.
This Muscadine grape wine tunnel is located 10 meters underground. It stretches over 100 meters long with oak containers and wine bottles on both sides. All of the wine is produced from muscadine grapes grown in this area. Tourists visiting the tunnel can personally fill bottles with wine, insert the corks into the bottles, and attach the labels.
시중에서 파는 게 아니라 제가 직접 만든 와인이니까 더 의미가 있고.
On average, each tourist spends approximately $13.5 here. Hands-on programs offered to tourists and the wine sales that follow bring the annual sales of this winery to $1.4 million. Such combinations of the primary agricultural, secondary processing, and tertiary sales and hands-on industries are called sixth industries.
생산을 기본으로 해가지고 가공을 하고 판매를 함으로 해가지고 그 과정에서 이제 일자리가 늘어나고 부가가치가 올라가는 그런 효과를 기대할 수 있습니다.
Korean farms are aiming to survive the ever-intensifying competition stemming from free trade pacts with other nations by promoting agriculture into a sixth industry.
The Korea Consumer Agency issues recall recommendations every year, but critics say those recommendations are useless as the businesses in question simply do not comply with them.
This is a soap bubble toy, a favorite plaything of children. The Korea Consumer Agency tested 22 products last August and found germs above the permitted level in 3 of them. Even more troubling was that Pseudomonas aeruginosa, a bacterium that causes blood poisoning, was detected in 2 out of those 3 germ-infested bubble toys. The KCA issued recall recommendations for all 3 bubble makers. But the problematic toys are still available on the market.
유통된 게 어느 정도인데 그중에 어느 정도 세출을 하신 거죠?
옷과
이루어지는 지금 우리가 뭐 얼마 많지는 않아요.
A government branch like the Ministry of Land, Infrastructure and Transport is authorized to issue recall orders, but the KCA can only issue recall recommendations that are not legally binding. Moreover, the KCA cannot even follow up on recall recommendations. The fact is that the KCA made 87 recall recommendations from 2010 to June of 2014, but only 13 cases, or 15%, were complied with.
안전을 위해서 리콜을 요청해놓고 제대로 이행했는지 확인을 하지 않는다면 이건 큰 문제라고.
Therefore, there should be an institutional mechanism that mandates the businesses given recall recommendations to report their activities and allows the KCA to take follow-up measures.
Korean students spend an enormous amount of time studying in order to get into a prestigious university. The tight competition and the stress of studying is often reflected in the slang used by young people.
At this year's CSAT, the English test was unified into one version instead of two as offered in previous years, while science and social studies were offered in the form of two disciplines instead of the previous three. Because of the frequent changes in the CSATs, Korean students call themselves Maruta subjects, an expression derived from a project that used human beings for experiments.
혼란스럽고 또 이게 또 바뀌면 또 그 전에 했던 정보들이 없으니까 새롭게 해야 되니까 좀 많이 불리하고 막 힘든 경험이 많이 있었죠.
One of the latest expressions representing the harsh reality of Korean students is 4 succeed, 3 fail. It reflects parents' belief that their children must study at least 4 years in advance to get into college. Another expression, 6 pockets, means that it takes 6 adults, the parents, maternal grandparents, and paternal grandparents, to enable a child to study properly. All of these expressions satirize the fierce academic competition and skyrocketing tuition costs in Korea. However, even those who manage to get into college often have to invest most of their living expenses into learning English, hence the expression English poor. People in their 30s who fail to land jobs and remain financially dependent on their parents even after graduation are called straw suckers. These new expressions represent the sad reality of fierce competition for college entry and the high youth unemployment rates that follow.
Alzheimer's disease, which accounts for most senior dementia cases, has long been known as incurable. But now, a team of Korean scientists has found that taurine, a fatigue-relieving organic acid found in squid and octopuses, is effective in treating Alzheimer's disease.
In this maze experiment for mice, a normal mouse moves to a new direction when its path is blocked. But a mouse with Alzheimer's disease goes back the way it came, instead of finding a new path.
치매에 걸린 쥐는 자기가 왔던 길을 기억하지 못하기 때문에 처음이다 싶어서 그 길로 다시 또 가는 경향을 보이는.
A team of Korean scientists has recently discovered that taurine is effective in treating Alzheimer's disease. A mouse with Alzheimer's was administered a daily 30 milligram dose of taurine dissolved in water for 6 weeks. The results showed reductions in the beta amyloid protein and inflammation, which are known to cause Alzheimer's disease. Also, glial cells, which are associated with memory, became more active and the mouse's cognitive functions were returned to normal. Taurine is absorbed well into the brain even when ingested as a food or drink. Cephalopods, such as baby octopuses or squid, are known to be rich in taurine. The research team projects that it will take about 5 years to modify the taurine structure and develop a new drug to treat Alzheimer's disease.
A work of art recreating Buddhist paintings of the Goryeo period has been put on display at the Salon exhibition of the National Society of Fine Art in France this year, offering a glimpse into Goryeo Buddhist culture dating back more than 7 centuries ago.
A Korean Buddhist painting is on display at the Salon exhibition of the National Society of Fine Art in France. The piece recreates Buddhist art of the Goryeo era. Standing 180 centimeters tall, the large painting represents the beauty of Korea Buddhist art. The style almost disappeared over the past 7 centuries, with only some 160 having been preserved to this day. Most of the others were damaged during Japanese invasions and colonization. Of the few precious paintings that were preserved, most were stolen and taken abroad. Only about 20 remain in Korea. Buddhist paintings of the Goryeo period are known for their extravagant and exquisite colors.
그 천연 안료로 해가지고 저렇게 정교하고 귀족적인 게 고려 시대 전후사에 없는 일입니다.
This year, the works of 19 Korean artists were put on display at the Paris Salon exhibition of the National Society of Fine Art.
The application of voice recognition technology in a variety of IT products has given rise to new voice telecommunication services. In particular, a service has been introduced that requires users to certify their identities with their voice instead of presenting their personal information.
This office worker, Kim Ji-hoon, called his telecommunications service provider for some information. But instead of presenting his phone numbers, address, or other personal information, his own voice is his personal password.
비밀번호는 내 목소리입니다.
Voices are like fingerprints. Each individual has a different voice that cannot be mimicked by others. That was what inspired the development of this certification technology.
사람들이 많이 있는 곳에서는 아무래도 제 개인정보가 내 입으로 얘기했을 때 많이 불안하고 흘러나가는 게 걱정이 됐는데 지금은 간단히 목소리만으로 인증되니까 안심도 되고.
More smartphones are being equipped with the function that allows users to search for what they need with their voices. A robotic employee helps a shopper very effectively.
Is this the item you're looking for?
Yes.
I'll take you.
An intelligent speaker that uses voice commands has also been unveiled.
Alexa, play rock music.
Rock music.
Alexa, stop.
Voice recognition technology is being regarded as a key part of the future of the internet era since it's reliable, convenient, and self-standing, requiring no additional devices like a keyboard to be attached.
Let's move on to entertainment news. Today we introduce a few bands made up of older musicians, and although they didn't rise to stardom or enjoy mass popularity, the gray-haired musicians have devoted their lives to music. Here's the story.
A lively jazz number fills a cafe. The performance highlights the unique style of each member. It's made all the more distinct through the easy harmony between the seasoned musicians in their 70s. The members have performed as musicians for some 50 years. Despite their old age, music still means everything for them.
꿈을 이루어가는 과정이죠. 돈을 활용해서요. 명예도 그렇고. 이제는 어떻게 하면 좀 더 오래 연주를 할 수 있을까?
These men worked as nightclub musicians for most of their youth and middle years. The 5 of them unite to pursue music they can call their own at the considerable age of 60. A documentary following their story has moved the hearts of filmgoers regardless of their age.
노악사들의 꿈과 낭만과 피와 눈물이 있었다. 그것만 알아주면 좋겠습니다.
For those who dream of being on the stage to the very end, the quest to attain that dream remains a work in progress to this very day.
Many people think of libraries as quiet and somber places, but a growing number of libraries these days defy that stereotype. Some libraries even offer toys to young children who can't read yet, while adults can take hands-on classes. Here's more.
This library in the city of Osan opened in April of this year. It looks quite ordinary at a glance, but it has something special. Every Friday, the library holds reading camps. Visitors can pitch up tents and spend a night at the library reading in their tents.
아이들이 도서관에서 하룻밤을 자면서 책과 함께 하는 프로그램입니다. 컴퓨터 게임이나 이제 핸드폰에 많이 빠져 있어가지고 책을 멀리하는 경향이 있는데 독서 캠프를 통해가지고 책과 조금 더 친해지는 계기가 된 것 같습니다.
Even kids who don't like to read become engrossed in listening to stories read to them by their fathers in the comfortable tents.
여기 오면은 아빠하고 같이 할 수 있는 게 많이 있고 재밌고 좋네요.
Visitors can also cook for themselves outside. It's almost like camping at a real campground. And this library in the city of Suwon is also drawing scores of parents and young children. In addition to books, visitors can also borrow toys here for an annual membership fee of slightly less than $10.
금방금방 크는데 그때마다 장난감 다 구입하면 너무 가격이 비싸서요. 이런 데 와서 빌리면 아이들도 잘 놀고 흥미있게 잘 지냅니다.
This new library in Ujeongbu, Gyeonggi Province specializes in books about traveling. Travel experts working at the library also provide essential information on traveling.
실질적으로 진행되고 있는 여러 가지 사항들을 궁금해하고 물어보는 게 있다 그래서 제 컨설팅을 제가 무료로 해드리고 있습니다.
Once a week, the library holds sommelier classes. They are in high demand because those who earn the certificate as a sommelier can start their own business or land a job in this field. Libraries are no longer just about reading. They're transforming into places where people can have fun, enjoy food, and learn new things all at the same time.
Now let's take a look at the markets, followed by the world weather. And that's it for this edition of News Today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again at the same time tomorrow. Goodbye.